Hello everybody, it's Lisa with Momtastic Life and welcome back to another baking video. And if you are new, welcome for the first time. Hello. So today we are going to be making blueberry buckle. And when I hear that, I want to say it's like something my great-great-grandmother may have made. And I don't have any real reasoning for that, except that it sounds like that's how it should have been. But it's basically like a blueberry coffee cake with a cinnamony streusel topping, which always sounds good to me. So I thought we would try it, especially since we can use fresh blueberries because it's summer and not frozen. So let's turn around, take a look at what our ingredients are, and get to baking. All right, so here's a quick overview of all of our ingredients. It's really not too many, which I love that when it's just a simpler recipe. So we have some flour to start with, some sugar, regular table salt, baking powder. A lot of times recipes are baking soda. This is baking powder. Some half and half, which that's going to make anything delicious. Cinnamon, salted butter, 1 egg, vanilla, some vegetable oil, and blueberries. And those are all of the ingredients that will make up this yummy cake. And we also have some spray butter, that's not what I'm looking for, Pam, so that it doesn't stick in our pan. Our Pam protects our pan. Okay. And a 9 by 9 inch pan, that's what it requires. So those are all of our ingredients. Let's get started and turn these into something delicious. All right, so here we are, and I've gotten a quick head start, but only with a couple of things. I have the oven set to 375, so it's preheating. And I've sprayed my baking pan with the Pam. So we are ready for that. We have the nonstick spray in there. So to start, we're gonna combine our flour, salt, and baking powder. So I have 2 cups of flour in here. And to that, I am going to add, what am I going to add? 2 teaspoons of baking powder. That is gonna give it some fluff. 1 and 2, and along with a half of a teaspoon of salt. And you guys, I finally got my salt cellar. If you have seen my earlier baking videos, you'll know that I was looking for one and my mom got it for me. So I am so excited. And this little thing just twists off, and there's my salt, and I can easily measure out what I need. So, yay! I know, it's the little things. My glasses are not on my head. Half a teaspoon. And 1, 2, 3, done. And it specifically says to combine these items with a fork. So I don't know why it demands a fork, but it does. So we give these a quick mix with a fork. And we will be all set. All right, off to the side, and I'm gonna bring in my big boy mixer here. Now, if you don't have a mixer, it's okay. It also says a stand mixer. It also says you can use a hand mixer. And you know what, if you don't have either, grab a spoon and get to work. But the mixers definitely make it a little easier. So I'm gonna use the big boy here. And in this, we are going to put, let's see, oil, egg, sugar, and vanilla. So I have 1/4 of a cup of oil, and I'm using vegetable oil. You could probably also use canola oil. I hate when a recipe doesn't exactly specify, but that's what we got. Okay. 1 egg. Perfect. Ooh, oh, lucky that fell outside of the bowl. Let's what else did I say? Oh, sugar and vanilla. 1 cup of sugar, which I've already measured out. And 1 teaspoon, I believe, of vanilla. Yes, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We have our teaspoon. And I actually have my whisk attachment on here because of the oil in the egg. I thought it would work a little better than the paddle attachment to start with. So we're gonna go with it and see how it works.
A few moments later.
All right, that was a good choice to use the whisk. That pulled it together really nicely. I am now going to change out and put the paddle attachment on for the rest. You would think I would know what's in what drawer at this point. I've lived in this house forever. All right. The excess eggy stuff off. And let's put the paddle attachment on. I never know what direction this goes. You'd think that I'd done it enough to figure it out. Ah, it's a win. Okay. Seriously, people, let's get it together. All right, so now we are going to add the flour mixture that I have here with the half and half. And this is 3/4 of a cup of half and half. So we're gonna do that thing where we add a little flour, a little half and half, a little flour. And it says to end with the flour mixture. So just make sure you have some left at the very end. So it's the last thing you put in. And this batter is going to end up to be pretty thick. I don't know, is that what makes it a buckle? Is the topping what makes it a buckle? What makes a buckle a buckle? I don't know. All right, here we go. Start with a little bit of flour. Fairly quick with everything combined. There's a little flour sitting on top of my mixer paddle thingy here, which I'm just going to brush off so I can stir in by hand. And let's pull this up. Right, it's not as thick as I expected it to be. I hope that doesn't mean something's wrong. I love that I get to try out new recipes with you guys. I mean, a lot of the recipes I've tried before, but plenty of them I haven't. So it's fun to work together to see what the result is. We haven't had anything horrible yet. Everything's been pretty freaking good. All right. Do you mind dripping better? All right. Let's remove the bowl. Move this over. I'm going to give this a quick stir because it's got a little bit of flour around the edges. Yeah, it's fairly thick. All right. It's a little bit thicker than a typical cake batter. It's not like super duper thick. It is a little bit thicker than a typical cake batter. This has been really easy, you guys. We're almost done with the cake part. We are just going to add in 2 cups of blueberries. And I only used about close to 2.5 of these smaller clamshells, but that's because I went through and picked out the ones that were mushy. I also pulled stems off, but if I hadn't had to pick any mushy ones, if they had all in a perfect world been perfect blueberries, we probably would have just needed 2 clamshells. And if anybody finds a perfect blueberry clamshell, please tell me where they are. All right. in goes 2 cups of blueberries. Get in there, little guy. No escape. And we're going to gently stir these in. You don't want to mush them or mash them and break them. We just want them to be part of the batter. All right, funny story. When Mason was, he was very young, maybe he was 4 or 5, he loved berries. And every week we would go to the farmer's market and buy fresh strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, all whatever they had. And he would eat them up like crazy. So one weekend I decided I'd make him fresh homemade blueberry muffins with the blueberries we had bought. And I was very proud of my muffins. And I made them and I gave one to him, and you know what he did? He picked out every single blueberry. He didn't like them cooked. So all he had left was a bunch of muffin, which he ate. But that was the end of cooking fruit for him. No more fruity muffins. All right. This is incorporated. This is what we have. And now this goes into our previously greased 9x9 pan. Oh yeah, now the batter seems to be quite thick actually. And it's not a lot. So I think, you know, if you tried to use a bigger pan, this might be, it might come out too thin. It's definitely not a ton of batter. Oh yeah, this is thick. Holy catroli. Pretty simple though. Some batter just splattered onto my shirt. Where is my apron? And now we are going to move on to the crumbly, cinnamony, yummy topping. All right, moving on to make the topping. We have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in here. We are going to add in 1/3 of a cup of sugar, just a nice quick scoopity scoop, and 1/2 of a cup of flour. And my flour bin is almost empty, which means I can wash it out and fill it up again. I always have extra flour waiting on the sidelines to jump into the bucket. All right, 1/2 of a cup of flour. And to this, we're gonna add the butter that we had out. Now it's only 4 tablespoons, which is 1/2 a stick, and it's salted. The trick here is that the butter needs to be cold. So I literally just took it out of the fridge. And we're gonna chop this 4 tablespoons up into cubes and then incorporate it to make a crumbly topping. All right, so here's my spoon. Did I get rid of my spoon? I didn't. I'm gonna give this a quick stir. Just get the flour, sugar, and cinnamon together. Am I going out of order? I might be. No, I just wanna get this together. Now, if you have a pastry cutter, which is still on my want list, so I don't have one, but if you have a pastry cutter, you can use a pastry cutter to put the butter in, and it's probably a little less messy. But I'm gonna have to use my hands, which is gonna be just as effective, just like when I make scones. So we're gonna cut this into cubes. I still feel like this isn't even cold enough. And then throw the, hello cubies. Are the cubes not cubed? Cube to the cube. All right, a little cubes. Oops. Little cubity cubes. And we're going to take our fingers and just kind of blend it in. So I'm squeezing every time I pick up a little cube of butter, because we want this to come out into sort of a crumbly, not smooth mixture. And the butter is what makes it so freaking delicious. I mean, really. Butter and cinnamon, yum. That reminds me of like cinnamon sugar toast, butter and cinnamon. Did you guys ever eat that? Make some toast, throw some butter on it, and then have a cinnamon sugar mixture. So good. Then sprinkle on. Yum. All right. Well, my butter could have been a little colder, because I had it on the counter earlier. It's okay. All right, getting this together. It's still going to be delicious. We just want to make sure everything is combined. Not that it's going to be a smooth mixture, but we don't want like a bunch of little butter on the top or something and then nothing underneath. So get under there, make sure everything is combined. Get the butter off of your fingers, that's always helpful. There's butter all through this, it's crumbly. As soon as I get my hands washed off, I will show you a closer look at what this topping looks like. All right, quick rinse. All right, now we can work. So this is what it looks like up close. Crumbly, but still pulled together. And this is just going to get sprinkled onto the top of our cake, which is still here. I'm going to use a spoon to help me. Kind of excited about this, guys. Even hubby came through the kitchen. He's like, ooh, that looks good. And you don't know this, but he doesn't eat a lot of the baked stuff I have because it's very sweet and it's not so good for his health or his boyish waistline. But a lot of times he may not even taste something, or he might just have a bite. But he actually came in and he's excited about this one, so Buckle may be the winner. It's a winning Buckle. It's a winning Buckle. Check that out, guys. All right. I'm gonna pop this into the oven, which has been ready for quite some time. And this particular recipe has to cook for 40 to 45 minutes. So I just put it in, I just put the timer on. So we will be back in 40 minutes to see what it looks like. All right. Okay, the timer just went off. Let's see what we have. Oh, it smells really good. All right, this is what it looks like. Let's give it a test. We are going to put a knife in and see if it comes out clean. See my hair. Woohoo! Oh yeah. And I stuck a blueberry, obviously, but the rest is good. Yummy. We're gonna let it cool off and then we'll cut into it. All right, so it's pretty cooled off. It's still sort of warm though, which I'm thrilled about because I love warm pastry. So let's cut it and see what it looks like. Here we go. And I cut it into squares already, so we can just get this out quickly. It smells really good and it feels sort of springy to the touch. No, I think I'm happy with this. Look at that. That looks really nice. All right, we'll have to take a taste. All right, let's dig in. And I usually like what I make, right? I mean, I'm pretty good with my stuff, I think. Oh, all right, the top is definitely crumbly. And here's my bite, full of blueberries. Mmm. All right, you guys. This is a winner. The blueberries are still a little warm, but they're sweet, and the cake part is like springy and soft and a little bit moist, so it's not like dry at all. And then you just get like that hint of cinnamon from the crumbled topping. Is that the buckle part? I still don't know what the buckle part is. But whatever it is, this whole thing is pretty darn delicious. So, thumbs up on this. Hubby's waiting in the wings. He doesn't want to be on camera today, but he wants some pie. It's not pie. But he wants some of this, I'll call it cake, buckle. So he's waiting there for the filming to end so he can eat. So I'm going to go give him his piece. He's not going to have my piece. I'm going to eat my piece. And this is a winner, you guys. It's really good. It was quick and easy, and it's a great summer recipe because you can use the fresh berries. You could use frozen if the fresh is not in season, but the fresh it really makes a difference. So go ahead and try it. Tell me what you think. And it's pretty good. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today while I made my
blueberry buckle. Blueberry buckle.
Apparently, I'm living with a pirate who likes to eat.
Our blueberry buckle.
Blueberry buckle. Oh my gosh.
With a B, buckle.
Alright, well, if you don't have your very own pirate at home to amuse you, just watch this a few times because this amuses the heck out of me.
Blueberry buckle.
That's hilarious. It went from like a great grandma's dessert to a pirate's thing. He's famous now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this Bake With Me video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try it. It's really delicious. And if you enjoyed this and you like pirates, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell below. And maybe give Pirate Boy over here a thumbs up.
Subscribe, mighty. Subscribe. Blueberry buckle.
And have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye.
Arlas.